Welcome to the first of 3 videos, showing how a 737 can be professionally operated from LaGuardia Airport in New York City to Philadelphia International Airport, Pennsylvania. Let's start by taking a look at how we're going to get there, by creating a flight plan and dispatch release. In the real world, a dispatcher creates what's called a dispatch release. This contains the flight plan, fuel load, reported and forecast weather, and NOTAMs. The pilots can access it electronically and/or print it. The captain must approve it, and changes can be made if required, such as to the fuel load to account for weather en route, which may result in maneuvering around storms, or a change in altitude affecting fuel burn. To create a virtual dispatch release for home flight simulator use, let's go to simbrief.com, a free virtual flight planning service by Navigraph. The SimBrief website is very powerful. Once you set up a free account, you can log in and create a flight plan. Select Dispatch System from the Dispatch drop-down menu, then New Flight, which will open this page. Simply fill in the boxes, use the airport code for departure and arrival airports, and select an aircraft from the drop-down. The system selects an actual route and generates the data associated with this route of flight and cruise altitude for the aircraft type selected. The system uses real-life weather and plans the most suitable runway for departure and arrival. Note the scheduled block time is shown, accounting for taxi time at both airports. Alternative routes are provided, and clicking on them enables us to view them. The original route is the most appropriate, let's stick with that. We can now scroll up to the top of the page and select Generate Flight to create the release. With the release created, we can now click on View PDF. Here is the release. Let's start at the top and point out some useful stuff. The top 3 lines shows we are an IFR flight, with call sign of ABC 123, departing on the 12th, the simulated aircraft tail number is shown, and we're going from LaGuardia to Philly, with an alternate of JFK. The minimum amount of fuel we can start our takeoff roll with is 10,989 pounds of fuel, and we'll leave the gate with 11,489 pounds. We'll use 3,510 pounds of fuel en route, and land with 7,479 pounds, enough for another hour and 25 minutes of flight. If we divert to our alternative JFK, the route is provided here, and is planned at 15,000 feet. Our route is shown here. We'll fly direct to Dixie, then fly Victor 16 to VCN, which is Cedar Lake, then Victor 184 to OOD, Woodstown, then proceed directly to our destination, Philadelphia. Below is a flight log version of the route, with these legs consisting of 2 lines. The key at the top is a good reference to what each line shows. Let's take the leg to Dixie as an example. It first shows we're planned to be at flight level 200, 20,000 feet. Then the top line has the lat long of Dixie, our magnetic course of 211 degrees, our Mach of 0.674, which is a ground speed of 411 knots. The temperature deviation has a P for positive, so is 12 degrees Celsius warmer than standard. The segment distance is 10 miles, it'll take a minute, and the fuel burn is planned to be 200 pounds. On the second line, the winds at Dixie are from 270 degrees at 30 knots. The 270 degrees is the actual wind direction rounded to the nearest 10 degrees. M13 is a minus wind component, so at Dixie we've a headwind of 13 knots. A tailwind would show as AP, for positive. Next, our magnetic heading is shown as 215 degrees. The TRR of 22 is the highest terrain height in hundreds of feet, within 5 miles either side of course. At Dixie, the highest terrain is 2,200 feet. Next is the true airspeed of 424 knots. The 1 is a turbulence index and can range from 0 to 8. 0 is smooth and 8 severe turbulence. At the top of descent, the value is 2, so in real life the flight attendants could be told to expect a few bumps in the descent. Continuing the line at Dixie, 99 is the distance remaining in miles. The TTLT of 9 is the total elapsed time of 9 minutes, and finally at Dixie our total fuel burn is 2,700 pounds. Scrolling down to the fuel section, we can see the en route fuel burn is 3,510 pounds, the flight will take 34 minutes, and is a distance of 142 miles. The minimum takeoff fuel is 10,989 pounds, which is the en route burn added to the reserve and alternate fuel. £500 of fuel has been added for taxiing prior to takeoff in LaGuardia. This gives us up to 20 minutes from the gate to takeoff. Adding the takeoff fuel and taxi fuel together gives us a planned fuel load of 11,489 pounds. Now we've created a flight plan, overviewed key information about the route, and taken a look at the fuel required. Let's use this in part 2 as we prepare the aircraft for our flight. Please subscribe to learn of our future videos. Thank you.